Hey guys, welcome back to Home Theater Guru. So today we've got a Q&A from Dwight. Now Dwight asks, can I exceed 60 degrees wide for my mains, or is 60 the max? What is the downside of, say, 70 degrees for my mains? Well, that's a good question. So first we need to understand what happens whenever we move the angle of our mains. When we bring them closer together, what happens, and what happens when we go further apart. And that actually is a very important thing to understand and to look at. So if you imagine a sound bar, or let's just take two mains and put them right next to each other. If I'm sitting right here, and I'm sitting this right here, and then I move over to that seat over there, at no point can I really tell that, like I'm listening to two-channel stereo, at no point can I really tell that I'm closer to the right main than the left main. And that's very important to think about, because as I spread them wider, I spread them a little bit further, and then I sit in this seat, then I move to this seat, then I move to that seat. All of a sudden, at some point, I'm going to get to where I can audibly tell I'm closer to one main, and what's going to happen is my stereo imaging is gone. I'm going to hear everything out of one main and not really hear the other one because the one I'm closest to is louder. So we can overcome this somewhat by toe-in. You know, that will help a lot, but we just need to understand that spreading them out makes our sweet spot smaller. Now, our sweet spot is the area in our seating that has a good stereo image, basically. So as we put our speakers closer together, that sweet spot gets larger. As we move our mains further apart, the sweet spot gets smaller. So it is a balancing act. We don't want to go too wide. I really don't like to go beyond 30. Dolby actually has, now Dolby has a lot of contradictory information in their PDF, their home Dolby Atmos PDF. I kind of like the studio PDF better because it's more performance based. But the home one does have a overhead in there where it shows up 40 degrees off of 0, you know, but most of the time it's 30. That's just one blurb in there where it says 40. So you can go, just understand what you're doing. You may have a really wide sound stage, but your sweet spot is going to be smaller. Now you can manipulate the aiming and play with the toe in and overcome that and widen, not overcome it, but you can widen the sweet spot some by doing that. Just understand that that is the downside to going too wide with your mains. So there is something to be said, you know, if you can stay in the 50 to 55 degree range, you know, don't go past 60 would be my preference. I wouldn't really do it unless I had to. Now, if you had to, you had to. You can still get good sound. Just understand your sweet spot's going to be small. All right, guys, if you got any more questions or comments, drop them down in the comments below. Or if you have any experience playing with different angles and separating them, and, you know, just go ahead and tell us what you've experienced yourself. You know, we've all tried different things and heard different things in our room, so there's nothing wrong with just sharing that down in the comments section. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. I will see y'all for the next one.